सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों.
Open your eyes, he murmured, his heart wishing to be lost in the fondness of their dark hazel seas, the seas that dug at his heart. Theon tied his lid when he felt his soft gears just above his cheekbone, the tip of his warm finger, stroking his skin delicately. My life, open your eyes. He didn't know why he called it that. My life, that was his grandfather used to call his wife. Life. It just felt like calling that. Life. His life. It had a nice ring to it. Theon creaked open his light at that hurriedness, size of his time, at sorrow, but a powerful gaze held him, a mild feeling through the body. The brush along the jaw, his grip holding him still. What have you done to me? It was not a question. He did not know anymore. Was it that attraction or anything else? He didn't understand. The only thing he knew at the moment was that boy before he was the reason. His heart raced a marathon. He must be tired. Looking changed. Taekook assented and moved back, putting a halt to of thought, and things were not going to go the way he had planned. Theon blinked as he shifted away, stroking the tip of his nose. They had noticed it did not, occasionally, the sign inaudibly, missing his heart near him. The whiff of mask, they peeked up to look at him. His hair, a beautiful mess, some strands falling on his forehead. His side flaked to shade. They winced, and his eyes fell on his jaw. A brush, glittering, occurred across his lower lip. But his face had hardness already, the cramped expression on his face. Did you think, whatever this was the same person who had held thee in his embers a few hours ago? A tremble drove down the spine thinking of his strong grip on his waist, his intimate breath on his temple. The spot is still burned. This door when you were hurt, young. He expanded his small hand, him to speak his word. When his surroundings come rushing, that was not a dream. They had to remind himself. But before he could withdraw his hand, Taekook held it, making Theon a shriek. The watching gaps as he grind his hand to his etching jaw. A soft gaps, Theon's lips when his finger brushed through the warmth of his hand, making their flesh a darker shade. Is it hurting? They found himself asking. It stunned to think he was hurt. At this moment he was acting like a new bride, but a person who's beloved or hurt. Beloved. They looked at him and made his gaze. Taekook. It didn't hurt. It was nothing. That was extremely minor in front of the burst he had when he used to fight, but he was tempted to see their curious eyes. It smote him in a strange way. They bite on his lower lip, making him divert his gaze from the hypnotizing eyes. He had strong urge. You should apply something on it. He heard it, and the soft of his words, his ear, the delicate fingers stroking his jaw. His eyes closed for a second, realizing his sweet touch. Did you have a first aid kit? They asked, watching no response from him. They knew he was a reserved person, but his eyes always spoke more than his word. You should get freshened up, he said, leaving the hand, his bangles making a sound, adding their rhythm heartbeats. They watched as he stood up from the bed. You should treat your wound, the murmured, glaring across his lower lip. The blood has dried up. They didn't know where that courage had come, but from he think he found himself standing before him, staring his gaze. Taekook's eyes went across the dazzling from yet again. Calm down, Cook. Calm down. He raps in his brain. He didn't want to act irrational, but this boy, damn, was making it difficult as ever. Where is it? They asked hesitantly, hoping he was not mine. Or would he? It was his wife though. A spin across his face at the thought. He was Mr. John Theong. They repeat, finding him lost. His sharp stalk making him nervous. The following hand as he pointed at the drawer at the nightstand, sighing in relief, and he found it there. But what now? Did he need to face him too? They glanced back to find him staring at him, rooted the same place. He seems to be in a kind of daze. They clubbed, reaching near him, ignoring his heart. Sit down. Their mama asking him to get seated on the bird. They were listening. Jungkook's eyes fixed on him. A bright shade maroon. The moment his jaw set as he talked, and bite his lower bit. This was so Jungkook drawn. Why? Why was he being so desperate? I'll treat you one, they requested, holding his dress. And the eyes lowered. Jungkook interfered, getting seated. Eyes not leaving him for a second. Whenever addiction has paused, Jungkook fell down. He grabbed as they was near, placing the first aid kit behind him, and dipped the cotton into a kind of antiseptic. The hypnotized eyes stopped at his bird. Jungkook found himself pressed a smile. It was adorable. Does it hurt? They asked. Huh? Does it hurt? Timon was slightly touching the cotton to his bird's leg. A shred through his feeling a gentle breath on hand. Yes. He has closing his eyes and they felt his breath hacked. He was so handsome. So gentle and beautiful, they cursed his brain and skimmed the cotton to his lips once again, earning a slight whimper from him. I'm sorry, it does. They showed a moving bad bird, gasped when he pulled it to him, making they fell in his lap. They closed his eyes, his hand resting on his broad chest. Where were you running after? His heart thumping, hearing him grumble, body shivering. When his hand felt their face, it was so close. It was too close. Theon clubbed and released a sour breath. Why? Jungkook asked and his lips moved to their ear. Don't you answer? They curved as the breath getting his skin. Are you listening? They gasped of him when his warm lips brushing the lobe of their hair, sending shiver down to their. Jungkook sighed and drinking the sweet and smoky rose's fragrance. He had just realized this was going to be his favorite scent. He moved back and took the eyes, touching his skinful parted lips. They prayed and shaking and held on the spot. Can I kiss you? The eyes shot open, hearing the next statement. What happened to him? They trying to stand up, but his grip finds stronger, held in his base, a hand encircling his waist. You didn't answer, my life. They still seeing his eyes on him. No, no, his lips, his mouth sent, and further into him. Can I? He moved an inch closer, causing their palm to sweat. His heart is near to explosion. Tell me. The eyes rested open. His hand was gripped his dress and his back, his word tickling their lips, and that visibly on his thumb tracing the side of his jaw, tickling every so lightly, before they could even found the fondness his lips. A sharp sound to the room caused their eyes to flinch open. Damn it. They heard him curse at the phone while a prayer, his lips for a savior. They struggle moving back when Jungkook hold become loose. Theon separate away even. He can understand what happened. The phone was still ringing. Hey, please take the call. It might be something important. The others seeing him surprised. Achakul accepted their laps before he knew. They turned hesitantly and Go himself locked into the dressing room. A smile formed on their lips when they heard him a roar.